All right, everybody, it is here. Let's go ahead and check our audio to make sure that we are
All
good.
right, everybody.
All right. Okay, so we've had a couple of videos leading up to the launch of Death Stranding 2, which is right now. 48 hours early access for those that got the digital deluxe. So otherwise, it will release on the 26th of June. It is currently the 23rd of June at 9 p.m. 9:01 p.m. exactly. But we are ready to go. I'm gonna take a moment um, and maybe have to move around my video here because it could be covering something up. I keep telling myself to work on the opacity, but yeah, whatever. Who cares, right? Here we go. 2000, was it 2019? Was it 2019 for Death Stranding 1? This will be pretty awesome. All right, let me get live chat if anybody comes by. If they don't, this is primarily for record keeping, if you will. We'll pop out the chat, put it over here on the right. We'll make sure that it's live chat. We'll bring this into theater mode so that I can see what's going on. And when I need to take notes, okay, so welcome, DriedMoss here. I probably should have said that before. I am going to be taking a ton of notes. I've been taking a ton of notes with the games that I play over the last couple years. It helps me gather my thoughts, my ideas, my feedback. It will be constructive, and frustration may come at times because that's what games do. They let you experience things that you wouldn't otherwise experience, and you get to kind of wrestle with those emotions of fear, happiness, struggle, and it may come up from time to time, but bear with me as I need to bear with myself. So let's jump in. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Bonus data found. Early unlock. Machine gun MP level 1. Alright, bonus data found. The following content has been added. These items and equipment will become available as you progress through the game. Battle Skeleton Gold level 123. Boost Skeleton Boca Skeleton. Patch 70, Patch 71, Patch 72. Early unlock Custom Hologram Quokka. Battle Skeleton, Boost Skeleton, Silver. Death Stranding Recap. Let's go ahead.
Perhaps you remember me. That's right. It's Dead Man. The world, as you know, is in awful shape. And it's all because of the Death Stranding. The dead started to find their way into our midst, crossing over from the other side. We call these entities BTs, Beached Things. When they came into contact with the living, the result was instant annihilation. A void out, leaving nothing but a massive crater in its wake. But that was only the beginning. Strange rain fell from the sky, rapidly aging everything it touched. A phenomenon we came to know as timefall. Structures would rust and collapse, and people grew old in an instant. The world transformed into something completely unrecognizable. Those who survived these changes came to fear both timefall and BTs alike. They withdrew into the remaining cities, which in turn closed their doors to outsiders. People ceased to travel and stopped meeting in person. They grew distant from one another and became further isolated. The social, cultural, and political bonds between humans began to crumble. The Death Stranding was hastening humanity's extinction. Seeing this, Bridget Strand, the last president of the United States of America, founded Bridges, an organization committed to making America whole again and providing a future for all humankind. However, Bridget died before she could realize this ambition. It was you, Sam, who took up her cause and resolved to see it through. Sam, the humble porter, who also possessed the unique powers of a repatriate, the one and only person who could save humanity. So with Bridges' Cupid in hand, and accompanied by the bridge baby Lou, you embarked on a journey across North America. Of course, you had struggles of your own, often phosmophobia, or the fear of being touched. The despair of having lost everything was just too much. But despite it all, you strive to bring people together. By extending the chiral network across the length and breadth of the continent, you would enable the rebirth of the United States as the United Cities of America. You were also to rescue Bridget's daughter, Amelie, who had been taken captive by terrorists. These were the vital missions you were entrusted with, Sam. We, your friends at Bridges, did everything we could to support your efforts. There was our director, Di Hardman, a close associate of Bridget, who was dedicated to fulfilling her final wishes. His commitment to American Reconstructionism was absolute, and for that he was named the first president of the UCA. And of course, Sam, the incomparable Dead Man, yours truly. I'd like to think we became the best of friends. As you may recall, I was born from an artificial womb, and over the course of my life, was the recipient of numerous organ transplants. I've always got on with the dead. I used to be a coroner. Anyway, I pushed myself physically and mentally to help you and your BB, Lou. Mama and Lochna were twin sisters, as you may remember. Skilled scientists who developed the Cupid, which was essential for chiral network expansion. A personal tragedy caused the two of them to grow apart. But they've since reconciled, with both their souls residing in the same body. Ah, Hartman. Every 21 minutes his soul departs his physical form, and for 3 minutes his body is clinically dead. During this temporary death, his soul is sent to the beach. That's why he knows more about the beach and the Death Stranding than anyone else. His knowledge proved indispensable in the execution of your mission, Sam. Fragile, leader of the private delivery outfit Fragile Express. Exposure to timefall caused her entire body from the neck down to age significantly. It was the mark of a terrible betrayal. Higgs, a former comrade, used timefall as an instrument of torture, you see. To no surprise, Fragile was hell-bent on getting revenge. But after meeting you, Sam, she had a change of heart. As your friends, we would stop at nothing to see you succeed. But ultimately, crossing the continent was something you had to do on your own, with only Lou for company, and with no end to the forces that stood in opposition. Deadly BTs, unforgiving terrain and unpredictable weather, ruthless terrorists. The list goes on. Without a doubt, your greatest enemy was Higgs. Convinced that humanity deserved to go extinct, he kidnapped Amelie and tried to torment you and countless others. But neither he nor anything else could stop you from achieving your goal. The chiral network was finally completed. The bridge to the future was built, but your ordeal was not yet over. You had to learn the real nature of the Death Stranding, a secret that Amelie had kept hidden from us all this time, and a terrible truth you had to face. But you accepted this final revelation, Sam, and did what had to be done. America rose from the ashes as the UCA. And as the people celebrated your accomplishments, you carried out one final mission in secret. To save your BB. To save Lou. You removed the child from the pod that was their prison and began a new life together. And so it was that the two of you vanished without so much as a trace.
All right, that was our recap. We did play a good chunk of Death Stranding 1 as a road up to the launch of Death Stranding 2. That's a recap. It takes a lot of the good story background. It's a very decent summary. I thought maybe there might be some motion in some of these, but it's just static images. That's okay. Go play the game and you'll get all of that good stuff. But we are on to Death Stranding 2. Wow. All right, I'll see whether or not I can keep my camera here. Again, as I said before, we may have to move it around from time to time and get it out of the way of information that's being displayed. So bear with me. Let's go look at options really quick. Game settings, controls, camera. Language, so we can do French, Italian, English, Dutch, Spanish, Portuguese, Polski. I think that's Polish, or that's Polish. Japanese. Oh, looks like no Chinese. Could be for that reason. Subtitles, we'll keep on. Speaker names, yeah, let's turn that one on this time. Screen brightness, let's do performance. I like good performance. Master volume, good. Controller, dialogue, audio. We're going to turn that off because I'm going to be on headphones. I don't want to miss anything coming out of the controller. That's for headphones because I'm going to be on headphones the entire time. All right. Let's go. Whilst dooms can afflict almost anyone, those born under constellations with a greater connection to the beach, including Cancer, Pisces, Cetus, and Delphinus, are said to be more susceptible to developing the condition. It is believed that such individuals are fated to walk a life path fraught with disquiet and turmoil. Now, much like the first Death Stranding game, they're showing not my birthday and birth month or certain things about your astrological chart, if you will, astrological calendar. So that's why they muted that out. Once there was an explosion. Am I playing Death Stranding much? A bang that echoed around the world. A phenomenon known as the Death Stranding. Beached things, lost spirits of the dead, found their way into our midst. When they came into contact with the living, the result was instant annihilation. A void out. Since most could neither see nor sense BTs, people lived in fear of them, withdrawing from the outside world. Cities became isolated, and humanity crept toward extinction. To unite what was left of America, a porter named Sam forged a bond with a bridge baby, BB, called Lou, who possessed a special connection to the other side. Together, they journeyed west across the continent, reconnecting the people through the chiral network. But on the day the United Cities of America celebrated the nation's rebirth, Sam and Lou vanished without a trace. Though UCA officials attempted to track them down, the pair's whereabouts remain unknown. "11 months later."
Me? I've always loved porters. Through freezing rain and biting wind, across rivers, mountains, and endless deserts, they come to deliver something priceless, a glimpse of a life I've never known. They're my window, my sole connection to the outside world, and I know they'll be back again today.
-61. Have I ever really loved someone? Do I deserve what I've got? Now the crazy system turned into traps and the fear is switching sides. I own $1 million worth of stock, but I still won't sleep at night. What is it that I've become? -61. Now the water level rises high in my cold paradise, where men sit in circles and talk numbers I never really liked.
Now I imagine this is all real images, and they've spliced in parts of the Death Stranding, but I believe all this is real footage, and they've composited images over the top. Now it's an engine. Damn, this looks good.
-61. Now the wind cuts the leaves like a knife, and the sun's out of sight. I see the
What's up, Lou?
lose at the trial what is left and what is right. I made the worst mistake one can make, pretending and playing blind. What is it I'm trying to find?
Okay, time to head home.
Alright, we got our blood level, we've got our stamina, that is all familiar to us. Can we walk in any direction? Alright, so left and right still marks the target. Kojima Productions, I'm just going to say right now, thank you. Look at that, it's so good. This is where like that procedural music comes in too. It's like, did I stop? Oh, so camera control. Can I just hold it though? Okay. Just taking a nice stroll. Music's kind of subdued. Now let's run. Of course, I'm getting down to the valley now. Okay, this is still similar. This is updated. Weapons Tools menu. Use this menu to quickly switch between weapons and tools. Select a category with the R stick, or the right analog stick, or whatever I guess you're using on PC, possibly. And use L1 and R1 to cycle through your options. Finally, press the X button to equip or use your chosen weapon tool. Just depends on what everybody's playing on. Albie Jackson. Hello. Alright, so cycling back and forth. Alright, different ladders. I like the new layout. Okay, we still have our strand. We want to equip that? Is that what they want us to do? Okay. I do like the interface. Nice and simple. Currently cannot be used. I probably haven't consumed a lot of beverages. Thanks for taking the time to stop in. Let me know if you have any questions, if you're playing Death Stranding yourself, if you're curious about anything, let me know.
Before I get started.
But I'm very early in, so if it's questions about Death Stranding 2, I'll answer them as I go. So, stranding spiders? If I don't bother them, they don't bother me. They're not aggressive. So we won't be aggressive. It's very, very clean. It's very, very clean. Yeah, I think this is the very opening of the game, and I think you do start in Australia. Potential gate quake. What?
Damn shaky.
I'm gonna cycle my camera here.
Oh, I was joking because of the spiders. I didn't know this was on Earth.
Yeah, Death Stranding is on Earth. Hey, Shell. Death Stranding is on Earth. But, so Death Stranding 1 took place on the continental United States. Death Stranding 2 is going to be Australia and Mexico. So earthquakes, avalanches, floods will be something new in this game. Gotta check on Lou. So that's very similar. Of course, now he's not in a pod anymore.
Okay.
And you can still move the controller. What if I?
Let's go home and get you fed.
Well, haven't you grown up? I love the procedural music is really, really working. I apologize ahead of time to anybody who's worked on Death Stranding 2 if the camera down here covers up your credit. I imagine things will get a little slippery. Flash flooding. Maybe I should have gone down in the valley. Wouldn't have been as fun. I bet you the Kojima production team has a bit of a sigh of relief at launch. I mean, I imagine, and I will try. I'm not going to do it right now, but I imagine I can go pretty much what I can see. Now, I know my destination is over here. And I know I'm going this way right now, but I've seen in the demonstration with Hideo Kojima and his team, where they kind of went off the beaten path, demonstrated a couple of things: that it's open world, the procedurally generated music, the terrain just looks beautiful. I believe they also showed some of the earthquake. A large river going through there. I guess going down this way might be a good idea. Yeah, I think so. I wonder if I'm going to get a flood. I would imagine staying out. Oh, there's some water movement down there. I wonder if I'm going to get like a flash flood come down that way, and I'm gonna get stuck in it. Now I know that's scripted, and there were some scripted rain elements in the first Death Stranding, and I know they're trying to showcase some of the things that this game has to offer. A tease, if you will, of things to come. I wonder if it's carrying with it rocks and tree limbs. It looks like it's carrying some tree limbs there. Well, I mean, it's showing blue. Ah, ladder. Let's use our ladder. Alright, let's go up this way. So we have a ladder, a climbing anchor. Okay, let's grab that one. Get a little bit of shelter. Minus 61. Minus 61. I really hope we get some low roar. But if we don't, it'll be nice to return to Death Stranding and hear that music. Those were your, like, main nuisances? Oh. Well, okay. It's a hologram. And something to scare people off. That's smart. Alright, to celebrate the launch of Death Stranding 2, I'm drinking Monster. I got first introduced to the taste of Monster, the green can anyway, from Death Stranding 1. So, cheers.
Hey. Not bad, little porter. Not bad at all. Okay, Lou. Time for some nom-noms. Come on, open up. There you go.
There she is. I mean, you have to know it's fragile. Good to see you, Sam.
Who's there?
Kind of like how the first Death Stranding started. If it's fragile. It could be somebody else. It's not, though.
Who are you? Fragile?
Were you cooking?
What are you doing here?
I've been looking for you.
Nothing's worrying me.
Wow. Lou's growing up fast. You two look good. Like a happy family. Here's a gift. The finest Carol printed diapers.
Thank God. How'd you track us down?
Your neighbor got hooked up to the Carol network. Service now extends to the whole region. I let myself in with this. You can use Carol printers now too.
I guess it's time we thought about moving. Maybe further south. You know, I'm surprised you used the front door for once.
My jumping days are behind me. Overdoing it left me with some kind of syndrome. They call it jump shock.
You care for a drink?
Thank you, but no. I should get straight to the point.
Jump shock.
Business, huh? I mean, for a moment there, I thought maybe you wanted to catch up.
I have a job for you. Take it, and that whole mess over how you left bridges will be wiped from the record. You won't have to live in hiding anymore.
What about Lil?
That's a little more complicated. We're talking about a bridges asset. You'll have to work it out. Sam, you brought America together. Helped it be reborn as the UCA. But I'm afraid that Death Stranding is far from over. Humanity is still in danger. Still on the brink of extinction. Don't act like you don't see it.
Yeah.
A lot of things changed after you went off on your own. Especially within the UCA. Bridges no longer oversees the distribution network. They withdrew once things were up and running. So your friends and co-workers all went their separate ways. And that's not all. Die Hard Man is not the president of the UCA anymore. In case you're wondering who's handling distribution now, A Pass 4000 has revolutionized the whole process. It utilizes the Carol network to manage and carry out deliveries. Within network coverage, there's no need to rely on human porters anymore. And no need for Fragile Express, of course. So after I closed up shop, I went and started a new group. One that handles work in regions outside the UCA. We decided to call ourselves Drawbridge. And we still require the services of human porters that can work outside the network. Preferably ones with dooms who can sense BTs. Sam, I'm asking you to go to Mexico. To extend the Carol network to the south. Just like you did when you went out west.
You're asking, or is this coming from the UCA?
Both. The UCA came to Drawbridge, and now I'm coming to you. So, what do you say?
Ooh, this is new. Choice of dialogue. This is very new. So again, I'm going to be taking notes throughout the game. So there will be times where I'll take a moment, pause. If I need to do it while I'm doing my best to listen, I want to take specific highlights. The first kind of run through. I'm not going to try to take every little bit of information. That'll happen with subsequent playthroughs. And if you see me come over here to the screen and I'm looking right at the computer, which is the camera is behind the laptop that I'm typing everything in, you'll know that I'm taking notes. I'll do the best I can to commentate what it is that I'm doing. So the choice of dialogue is a new player choice. Whether or not this persists, I don't think it's going to be necessarily like an RPG style of choice and then change the story, but...
Chiralium contamination is severe. Some areas have it worse than anything you experienced back in the UCA. The timefall storms are growing more intense as well. And, as you can imagine, everything in their path is subject to temporal acceleration. Objects and structures degrade rapidly, while animals and humans grow old and frail in the blink of an eye. Timefall often precedes the appearance of BTs there too. So you should do everything you can to stay out of it as much as possible. There are many other dangers though. The rivers can flood in an instant, and earthquakes happen daily.
Seriously, why me?
There are several reasons I thought of you for this job. Deadman, for one. He's currently working at a lab in southern Mexico. I don't know the details, but the research they're conducting there is important. Very important. And there are certain things he'd like to tell you in person. Mexico has no shortage of beached things. Spirits of the dead washed up from the other side were stranded there just like everywhere else. Any human corpse that hasn't been properly disposed of will become a BT. And any living human that comes into contact with a BT will get dragged into the depths of the tar. Giant BTs can and will emerge from the tar as well. And if they succeed in consuming a living human being, they'll trigger a void out, destroying everything nearby in a massive explosion. Several Mexican cities were wiped off the map in this way. The survivors have since become divided and isolated. As most people cannot see BTs, they live in fear of them, and that fear has made them too terrified to venture outside.
That was one reason. You got more?
I do, and this one's serious. There is some BT territory near that lab I mentioned. They monitor the chiralium levels, and recently, they've observed unusual activity. The cause is still unclear, but they seem to think there's a good chance a massive BT is headed their way. And if they're right, then I want you there, ready to kill it before it kills them. Don't forget, Sam. You were the first person in the world to ever take out a BT.
Guess that makes sense. But something's still bugging me.
What?
All this talk about extending the network into Mexico. Isn't the UCA basically expanding their territory? Taking control, claiming it for their own?
Sam, it's not like that. They're not trying to take over the world. They just want to link up new areas with the chiral network. Like the internet before the Death Stranding. Public infrastructure to connect people. Which is why, instead of turning to an established government agency like Bridges, the UCA contracted a private organization like ours, who then decided to employ the services of a freelancer like yourself. So please, Sam, won't you help us out?
Do I really have a choice here? Is that the end? At the end of the game?
Not bad, little porter. Not bad at all.
A little tiny. I just noticed that little pouch there. Or the carrying case. The container.
Okay, Lou. Time for some nom-noms.
Is it going to be an endless loop? Oh, now there's a picture of... Ah, very clever. Like, how many times are we going to loop? I wonder if it just gets nuts. If there's multiple pictures, that just keeps growing with more and more pictures of him and Fragile saying nope, 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 nope.
Okay, Lou. Time for some nom-noms.
Look around, is there another one? Oh. Oh. Oh, you're pushing me even further back. Ah.
-61.
That's so good. I would have played through it again. I would have gone all the way back. I would have played through that thing again. If they would have given me the option to say no again, I would have said no again. I would have played with this system because you know Hideo Kojima is thinking about it. If he gives you a choice and you choose the one of path of least resistance, it'll go one way. The storytelling and the way that he presents. I'm curious what he's going to toss up, or what he tossed up in the air that we could see, and that gorilla we didn't see. That was pretty good. I hope a majority of the people that play know to do that kind of stuff.
So you'll do it?
Got some porter. Bill though. Beer though.
It's not like I can take my kid with me. If I do this, can you hold the fort for me while I'm gone? Play babysitter?
Oh no, he's coming
We're
with us.
inside the network. There's a child care app I can use. It'll be fine. The lab is only a few days away. I promise he'll be back before you know it. Link up the region as you head south, and come home safe. We'll be waiting.
I don't have a trash can to throw it in. Oh. Episode 1. Sam. similarities and some new feeling to
Go on.
the outfit.
Slide it on your thumb.
Like a ring?
Instead of the handcuffs.
Try sticking your thumb out, like you're giving me a like.
Can I give him a thumbs down?
Access your ring terminal to view the map. From here you can check order details, as well as the cargo for delivery. Now then, let's review the mission that you'll be undertaking on behalf of Drawbridge. Your destination is a research lab in southern Mexico. When you arrive, you'll need to use the Cupid to connect it to the chiral network. Chiral communication utilizes
Oh, I guess we're in
the
Mexico
beach,
right now. Okay.
where time
Not
rarely
Australia.
passes. Using the Cupid in conjunction with a delivery terminal will allow us to initiate a zero-time massive data transmission. But because of the distance, it's not feasible to head straight to the lab to establish a connection. You'll need to use the way stations to extend network coverage until you're close enough to get the lab online. Your first stop is C1, Ciudad Nuda del Norte. Bring them a delivery and welcome them into the network. Improper corpse disposal remains a serious problem in Mexico. With every additional corpse that spawns a BT, the risk of a void out grows even higher. C1 in particular is struggling to handle this issue. But once they're online, we can give them the technology they need to address the situation. Why don't you take a look at the cargo you're carrying by opening the menu?
Okay, nice updated map. Before it was sort of it would be about here, and you could do something like this. You could not rotate it, but now we can get some nice feeling of elevation changes. I don't know if we're going to get any bigger than this, because we started over here, right? Now, whether or not we're going to be able to go further out here, I mean, the cursor can, but whether or not we are. So this is very similar, at least the way that I'm looking at it, and it could be teasing us. This could all open up and push in here, like maybe we're able to go into the city or something, but yeah, we'll see.
You can access useful information about your deliveries via your ring terminal. To review the cargo currently in your possession, select Cargo Management. This is the cargo you'll need to deliver. Be sure to get it to its destination in one piece. It's an excellent idea to place the most important cargo in your backpack.
Okay, this is still very similar. There's over here on the corner, on the opposite side. That's new, the way that it's laid out to say maybe what my overall limit is. Not sure what the L or the box is. Let's say that this is the image on the opposite side of the screen there, in the bottom right corner. Something around in this area of that image. I'm not quite sure what that looks. It looks like an L. Okay.
We've given you some additional equipment. It can be carried in pouches or in special hooks, just like cargo. All these weapons can be used to incapacitate humans without killing them. So there is no need to worry about causing a void out. Be sure to weigh your various options as you load up.
Wonder how the differences of manipulating how it is on the backpack, if we'll be able to manipulate that ourselves or because you were able to in Death Stranding 1, you could decide where each piece went, and you'd have to like maybe pull some stuff out and then put it back in there so that it would stack the way that you'd wanted to, or you could just hit the triangle button and it would auto sort it for you in the most optimum way. But there's a cargo capacity, you know, all the way over there, and I imagine that's going to be the way that before it was so much out of maximum, you know, like a / maximum. This one looks like it's going to be a vertical 32%. I don't know if that's necessarily I'm 32% of my max, all the way up to 120.
Return to the menu when everything looks good to go.
I think it looks good to go. Oh yeah, so there is an auto arrange. So I hold that down. He puts it out here. Okay. Yeah, the clip for the tool rack is different. It's got these. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe that's just the way that the ladder looks now. And it, ooh, it might be collapsible, because before the ladders in Death Stranding 1 were one length. I wonder if these are, you're able to decide the length of them. Alright, that should be it, right?
Finally, before heading out, make sure to plot your delivery route. Return to the map. See your destination? There's a river you'll need to cross to get there. There are bandits in the area too. Armed groups that have attacked borders in the past. Think about what route you might take from your current location.
Hold down and start drawing a route. Try drawing a route all the way to your destination.
Commencing route creation.
Okay, so it's still a straight line.
When you plot a route on the map, you'll see what hazards you may run into along the way. You can face these challenges head-on, or try to find a way around them. How you get to your destination is up to you, but think it over before getting underway.
Commencing route creation.
I just go this way? Now I probably need to... Can I go... I don't know. We'll just... That's death, or...
Delivery route finalized.
Really?
Commencing route creation.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Route finalized.
Latest model Cupid. Just completed. We decided to put a hold on network expansion until it was ready to go. Like last time, you'll be using it to welcome people into a whole new world. It won't be any harder than before either. The Chiral network terminals are ready and waiting. Bridges saw to that. Emily's expedition split into two groups midway. The first continued west, while the second cut south into Mexico. But again, they were only able to lay the groundwork. Until you bring those terminals online with the Cupid, the network can't grow. Hungry?
No.
Oh. No more baby food for you.
Let you get fragile any trouble, I'm gone. Don't you break my kid.
Now who wants to eat?
All right, that is an hour in.
All right, let's get this done.
I think that was just all holographic rain, right?
Keep it up. Keep it up.
So earthquakes, we should expect. Flooding, rain, BTs. Check the equipment Fragile gave you. Hold to open the weapon tools menu. Alright, the weapon tools menu. Use this quick menu to quickly switch between weapons and tools. Select a category with R and use L1, R1 to cycle through your options. Finally, press X to equip or use your chosen weapon tool. Yeah.
Been a while since I held a gun.
Check the equipment Fragile gave you. I'm still checking. Oh, over here. Drink. Blood bag. Okay, I'm familiar with that. Still checking. I'm looking at this rock formation right here, and all I can think of is a pig's nose. Now, I'm not quite sure why they changed the button, but it feels like the Odra deck was on my R1 instead of my L1, Death Stranding one. Cryptobiotes, just like the first one. Plenty of light to brighten up my room. Let's see here. I wonder if the particular stream I'm on, I need to put like tags in here. Tags. Let's do Yeah, I wish I could do this on Twitch. I really do, but unfortunately, this my PlayStation 5 has not been working with Twitch. Otherwise, I would. That way, I could put the title and people can find the particular game. But I'll put in maybe Death Stranding 2 launch day.
Okay, here you go, Speed Demon.
Title's too long. Thumbnail, no. Public, live stream, restrictions none. Playlist, Death Stranding, audience, etc. Show more. Let's get tags up in here. PlayStation 5, Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Okay, good. Tags already in there. Alright, save. Sorry, I know that the screen's really bright. It's just like doing nothing but. Let me just see if I get a dark patch here to where it's not so bright. It's extremely bright on my face. I have to kind of sit back here in order for it to kind of bloom out, but the majority of. Let's go over here to where it darkens up the screen a little bit. There we go. But still. New create video. Da, 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 da. Okay, let's go back over to the live view. Go over there, go to my channel. Go back to live. Take that out. Alright.
Nice and easy.
We'll move this up. And move that there. Move this down a little bit. Alright, that should work. Alright. A little bit better. Yeah, very, very, very bright. Dust storm coming? Is it coming up on me right now? It's definitely moving. Now see, this is how that dust storm scene when you were trying to go with Pan Am to...
Come on, what you got?
Save the Aldecaldos. This is what it should look like. It actually feels like there's a dust storm coming. That looks really good. Lost cargo's still a thing.
We're in enemy territory now.
Areas are already bigger. Alright, hold to enter compass mode. I'm going to take that like I always have. Stealthy and less confrontational. Okay, I don't remember if we were able to... Yeah, I think we were able to mark enemies. Death Stranding 1. Take him out, you think? Can I carry him and move him? He's not really walking around on them. So why were we never able to move enemies? Just drag them out of the way. Curious if I've never been able to go prone. I'm in the bright light. These guys don't see me. Completely ignored those guys. Might be like a confrontational run next time.
Now leaving chiral network coverage.
Okay. Guess I didn't get the sprint going. Pretty much completely damaged everything I was carrying. Wow. Lightning. Heavy wind. Oh, I'm kind of getting pushed around by the wind too. I am certainly, the character's certainly getting pushed to the left. Move up close to the wall of a structure. I wonder if this is like rain and it'll damage my...
Feeling good.
It would be nice to go for a swim. It's all yellow. How the heck am I going to get across this? Will I get back into the storm if I go back this way?
You should have more faith in yourself.
Connect ladders. What does that mean? Oh. Ah, you can make them even longer. Okay. That's cool. Facing and dismantling. Once a ladder is used, it cannot be recovered. As soon as you grab a ladder and start to climb, it will be permanently fixed in its current position. Be aware that holding to dismantle the ladder will cause it to disappear. Alright. That's cool, you can link ladders. Time to add a note.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
So this is still Corpus. Review story developments, terminology, and gameplay tips. The Corpus. In the Corpus, you can review the story so far, examine terminology, check the controls, and browse gameplay tips. The Corpus is divided into various tabs. Use L1, R1 to cycle between them. Story. View the story so far and Sam's orders to date. Databank. View a glossary of in-game terms. Tips, controls. Browse gameplay tips and view game controls. Having rebuilt the UCA, Sam and Lou are living a quiet and reclusive life close to the Mexican border. One day, Sam's old friend, Fragile, pays a visit and asks Sam to connect Mexico to the chiral network by trekking out to a research lab where Deadman is waiting for him. Sam leaves Lou in Fragile's care and sets off to deliver a chiral network gateway to his first destination, Ciudad, I don't know how to say that, Ciudad Nudo del Norte. Excuse me. Stretch. Stretch. After connecting North America, Sam and Lou leave the UCA. In an attempt to evade the UCA's attention, they decide to live in hiding on the border with the former Mexico, where Sam works as a freelance porter. Having completed an order outside of the chiral network, it is time for Sam and Lou to return home. All right. Death Stranding has destroyed the Mexican state. Void outs, huge explosions triggered by BTs coming into contact with living humans, have shattered the landscape and broken society. People live in fear of venturing outside and have grown isolated and distrustful. Fragile has asked Sam to extend the chiral network to a research lab in southern Mexico. To do so, Sam must complete several orders at facilities along the way, expanding the network step by step. Your first destination is Ciudad Nudo del Norte, C1, a city where corpse disposal has become an acute problem. If nothing is done, there's a significant risk of a void out engulfing the city and its people. The chiral network should provide the technology they need to curb this issue. To get connected, C1 will need a chiral network gateway, a device that can expand the network beyond the borders of the UCA through means of bilateral data validation. Deliver the chiral network gateway to C1 to save the city from a looming void out. Chiral network gateway. The chiral network, which was used to connect the UCA and now provides the infrastructure that supports all of society, is a complete and closed network. Chiral network services are only available within the network and therefore only within the UCA. To expand the chiral network south into the former Mexico and beyond, the chiral network gateway must be installed in Ciudad Nudo del Norte, the connection point between Mexico and the UCA. The chiral network gateway will also act as a limiter that will gradually increase the amount of data transferred from the UCA, ensuring that the network remains stable as it is expanded. Consequently, Mexico will not immediately enjoy all the same network features and services as the UCA. The ability to build structures and fabricate weapons will depend on the status of the network on the Mexican side. Loving it. Loving it. All right. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. We're going to go ahead and go all the way through all this. We're only going to get the new stuff. Same thing. Tips. Very similar to the way Death Stranding 1 provided information to the player. I like the, like you can see the blocks there. Almost like a Morse code. I wonder if that's exactly what Morse code is. I wonder who. Basic controls. Alright, cool. We are caught up. So anything new will pop up. We'll go there if we need. System, we can go ahead and save. Let's do that. It's probably a smart thing. Oh, that's very new. You could have different save data. And you can make a new. We get 25 save points. That is new. Before you could only have one save. And you'd have to start over. Multiple Saves. GG. Now we can turn to specific points and replay them without having to restart the whole narrative. That is cool. That is a very, very good thing. Very, very good. That gets a green. Now with greater distances, the linked ladders. Now with greater distances. I used to be able to display this database that I create. I was using a streaming service, and I paid for it, but it was just not working. It would sometimes work, then it wouldn't display. I'd stream things, my overlays wouldn't work, then they'd work, and I just got over. Like I was paying a premium price for things that just worked sometimes. Maybe I'll return to it if I really need it, but eventually I'll try to do a little bit something different. All right, I'm going to see if I can change the brightness. Game difficulty, shared content, controls, camera setting, language, graphics settings, screen brightness. All right, we're going to bring this down just a tad bit. 5 is the recommended level, but I'm going to bring it down to 3. I wish that I could have a couple more different settings. A couple different settings. Let's see here. Aiming, controls. All right, we'll keep it there. And we'll save that. Oh, I just saw a photo mode. All right, I can go quickly up. There's photo mode. Photo mode allows you to set up each shot exactly as you want it, adjusting the camera angle and Sam's pose to your heart's content. Love, love, love. Yeah, that right there, that storm, that entire event was great. It still feels like we're on the edges of the storm. It didn't just suddenly disappear. One mission in Cyberpunk 2077 has you going along with Pan Am, which is one of the main NPCs that you can romance, that you can side with, that you can help, that you can... It's an RPG. But there's a mission that you go on to rescue a member of her gang, the Aldecaldos, and you're trying to go save Saul, which is sort of the leader of the Aldecaldos, and he gets captured. So you're going into this area to save Saul with Pan Am. And as you approach the area that he's being held in, there's this looming dust storm. But it never, ever, ever reaches there unless you hit a trigger point, and that's once you get down into the area where Saul is being held captive. You release Saul, and you and Saul start making your way out. That's the only time that the storm will hit. So there's no sense of urgency for the player. They could just stand there, and the storm will infinitely be looming and never reach the compound where Saul's being held. A game's ability to show like an extravagant possibility of urgency is sometimes just a facade. It's fake. It's triggered. Here, I like this because I love Cyberpunk 2077. Don't get me wrong. And I played it so many times to where that one kind of just keeps coming up, and you start to, it's nitpicky. It's not like a really bad thing. But it would be interesting, like if I can get to Saul in a faster amount of time, that dust storm may not reach the compound, and then you can get out without having to fight against, reduced vision, all that kind of stuff. Now, this was also somewhat scripted, I think, but you could see it approaching. Now, I don't know if I would have gotten down there sooner would this dust storm not have been there. Am I going to have randomly generated dust storms? Am I going to have randomly generated earthquakes, randomly generated storms, floods, avalanches, all that kind of stuff? Is that going to be something that can be random, or is it just going to be, okay, I'm coming up on this part of the story narrative. I'm finally going to see the dust storm, the avalanche, the flood, the earthquake in different successions. So that's something that I'm going to be looking at. Not something that's going to make me say, well, this game wasn't well polished. This is a very polished piece of work. So I know that whatever it is that they show, whatever it is that they do with it, it'll just be oh, that was awesome that they went to that length to make this feel more than just a trigger point, but a living, breathing atmosphere. Oh, yeah, by the way, I ramble a lot.
Nice and easy.
Oh, I thought this marker was over the hill, and the distribution center is right there. It's an interesting arc that they've got going over the top of it. Well, Kojima Productions, I hope that you're already starting work on Death Stranding 3. Because I know they have another IP that they're working on too.
ID confirmed. Welcome, Sam. Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds. Access the delivery terminal to process.
Oh, I like this. I like the little, she sent me a picture. Oh, that is awesome. Oh, that's a GG right there. That's epic. What would I call this? Social interactions? During the opening, when Sam joins Drawbridge, and Fragile stays behind with Lou, Fragile updates Sam with a comfy pic of her and Lou relaxing
Let's take
and
5.
smiling, putting Sam at ease. That's just awesome. Oh, okay. Resting camera angles. Various perspectives on relaxation. Good for be right back screens. Yeah, very good. Very nice. Stretch. See, this would be a really good it's time to stretch. Let's let him stretch. It's time for me to rest. All right, I'm gonna go take a rest too. We're going to the bathroom. Let's go do that too. You gonna take a shower? I'll be right back, guys. But then also allow Sam to do the same thing. Automated Public Assistance Company. Stats. Do I get stats? Social Strand Service. What's that? Oh, you get the full picture? First glimpse of the Social Strand service. Oh, using the SSS, you can view messages sent by people from all over the world. Look back on the likes you've given to and received from porters in their worlds, and enjoy the screenshots you've captured in photo mode. Only screenshots taken by X in photo mode can be viewed. Oh, that's cool. Oh, and that's where, that's where she sent it from. Unfortunately, my screen isn't the way. Don't worry, Sam. How does it feel to be back out there, Sam? I'll try to use the SSS to keep you up to date with everything over here. Lou was having fun playing around just a while ago, and now is fast asleep in dreamland. I'll send you another message soon, which you can check out on your ring. I guess maybe ring something I can't read right here. Sorry. And don't worry, I'll take care of Lou. Let me see. We're going to lose the screen here for a minute, but I'm going to see if I can go change the opacity or maybe add a little bit of a transparency here. Give me a quick second. I'll be right back. Okay, so now we've got a little bit of a transparency here. I think maybe it might be a slightly too transparent, but it does come through okay. I think I can bring the brightness back up a little bit more. It's kind of a ghostly figure, but at least I can read it. I'm going to change it just a little bit more. I'll be right back. Okay, I think this is a little bit better. I can still see what's underneath here. It looks like it's going to be okay with image quality, but it might be a little bit too much still. So we're almost at the sweet spot. So give me a second. Okay, I think this might be the best one. This is about 5. It's still very bright here, and I can still see everything that's underneath here, and I can read underneath here. So you can check out your Ring terminal, and don't worry, I'll take care of Lou. Yeah, this isn't bad. I could probably go one more click, but we'll adjust that at another time. It would be cool if I could see or like respond to her. Center on Sam, reset, jump to point, view posts. Yeah, that's a cool image. Yeah, but I wish I could see the full picture because this is the full picture. So it'd be nice if I could see it. All right, that's very cool though. I really love that. I like it a lot. All right, Sam's stats. Terrain traversal. All right, Sam's stats. View Sam's delivery, combat, and stealth stats. Higher stats indicate greater proficiency. Terrain traversal. Okay, I can see a little bit of that. I can move over here maybe, but it's not too bad. So weightlifting, running, sprinting, level 2. I don't know. This isn't like I'm not adding to it like a skill tree. Okay, so some stats. Corpus, review story development terminology, gameplay tips, system, and cargo management orders. Okay, so we're still doing this one. It doesn't look like there's stats, like how long I've traveled, how many times I've died, how many bullets I've shot, all that kind of jazz. I don't think that's going to be in there, but... I think I might go ahead and put the screen now up here, up at the top, just to give it a... Let's just see what it looks like. Move the camera just up here. Alright. We'll see if this is a better spot. Now that it's transparent, whatever it does end up being here, but the stuff below, we'll keep messing around with it.
Viral decontamination in progress. No anomalies detected. Welcome, Sam.
Okay, all this is still the same, which I don't think it should be. I mean, it's only 11 months from before, so everything should be similar. And I can't get a good spot. I don't think I'm going to get a perfect spot, so give me a second here. I'll be right back. All right, so this is a setting of 3. I could probably even go even more because I can still see what's underneath there. So, heck, even maybe 1 is enough. We'll see. Deliver and report. Select multiple. Okay, got that. Confirm. Yes. And he is completely covered.
You must be Sam. It can't have been easy to come this far south. You're here to bring us onto the chiral network, right? Ah, that's a relief. We'll be able to dispose of corpses properly once you've got us online. That'll be one less thing for our residents to worry about. Anyway, I believe you have some cargo for me, yes? This cargo is in impossibly good condition. For real, you're the best porter I've ever seen.
Ever.
We wrote this stuff off as lost. Thanks for bringing it in. It's just like everyone says. You're a man that people can rely on. Okay, use your Cupid to bring us online. The chiral gateway you brought us should allow us to establish a connection between Mexico and the UCA. And with state-of-the-art tech at our disposal, we can finally solve a lot of our problems.
He's completely covered in sand. I don't think it would stick to you like that. I think it would lift all that sand right off of him. Like a way to cleanse as well. A free cleanse. Small section, like UCA's above in Mexico, and then we're eventually going to get down into Australia. Keep it connected.
Chiral network coverage successfully expanded. Commencing data collection. Now displaying your current porter grade.
Combat. Okay, stealth. That's good. Good. Porter grade increased. I'm now a silent handler.
Porter grade increased. Congratulations.
Every evaluation you receive as a porter will contribute to your overall porter grade, calculated by APAS. This provides a snapshot of your experiences as a porter as well as your delivery style. It is calculated from the number of likes Sam receives during the course of an order. Hold the start button or menu button to open the corpus for a detailed description. Every evaluation you receive as a porter will contribute to your overall porter grade, calculated by APAS. This is an upgraded version of the UCA's porter evaluation system and provides a snapshot of your experiences as a porter as well as your delivery style. It is calculated from the number of likes Sam receives during the course of an order. There are 5 categories of likes: porter, combat, stealth, servicemanship, bridge link. Cool. Total playtime, 1 hour, 31 minutes. Total weight of cargo delivered, pieces of cargo delivered, total distance traveled. Areas connected to the chiral network, +1.
Chiral network connection confirmed. And now we can begin fabricating the latest corpse disposal equipment. Until recently, we've been dealing with our dead by burying them in tar, but that solution was growing untenable. We should be okay moving forward. I really can't thank you enough. You must be exhausted after your long journey. We've prepared a private room for your exclusive use. There are countless dangers in these parts. You should rest until you're fully recovered. Don't push on until you're ready. Please, stay here before you set out again. Well, our corpse disposal problem is no longer an issue thanks to you. But there's nothing we can do to get rid of the BT area we created.
So it's both.
Fear of BTs and damage from
Good, I like
and
it.
chiralium exposure will continue to be a concern. And let's not forget about the bandits willing to attack travelers and facilities. But so long as we remain connected to the network, we'll have access to new tools and technologies to help combat these threats. You brought us more than a connection to the outside. You brought us hope.
So pretty much the note I'm making here is this dialogue choice that the player is given, it's not only for the main NPCs and story narrative, but it's also with this. This was one of those weird, nitpicky things that I had with Death Stranding 1. You'd pick up a delivery order, you deliver it, and the recipient of that order would say something like, "Oh, thanks." They turn around, they check as if, they're seeing it from their side of the wall. Oh, it looks great. You must have really worked hard for that. Thanks, Sam, and then it would be over with. I don't know if this is going to be just for every initial introduction to the person running this particular center and all the other centers that I'm going to connect, but it kind of got a little repetitive. They'd just be like, "Hey, good to see you." Looks at the package. "That package arrived in great condition. Thanks, Sam." Or, "All right, bye." And that just became repetitive. I don't know if I'm going to get this every time. It's probably just the initial, but we'll see.
As I mentioned before, we've been taking them to a nearby tar pit and dropping them in. Unfortunately, we took it too far. And it wasn't long before the whole pit turned into a BT area. In trying to prevent the emergence of BTs, we ended up facilitating their creation. And with the constant timefall in the vicinity, chiral contamination has only grown worse. All of these problems have contributed to an increased suicide rate, which in turn has resulted in even more bodies that we've had no way to dispose of properly. But thanks to the chiral network, we can now fabricate the corpse disposal facilities that we lack. Everything's going to be all right. Thank you again for everything. I'll get started right away on preparing your next order for you. By the time you wake up, it should be good to go.
Plus,
you just need to access the delivery terminal here. I hope I can count on you.
and again, this is how Hideo Kojima works. This is a nice transition from what we know of Death Stranding 1. Familiar territories, familiar ways to get things done. We're going to go down into the room that I stay in. It's probably going to look very similar. It's going to feel very similar. I'm going to feel at home. And then, when we transition to the Magellan, which is supposed to be the flying ship home that you're in, it might feel much more
Please relax and enjoy
like
your stay.
upgraded. I don't know. We'll see how it works. Oh, he actually takes everything off this time versus just laying with dirt, mud. We'll see. He's got a little sand on his face, so maybe a shower. Let's see what kind of stuff we get from him this time. Last time he just did like random stuff when you stared at him. Our facilities. Sam, the shower and toilet are outside your private room. Chiral crystals will be recovered from any waste you produce, so go ahead and make use of the facilities. There's also a sink in your room where you can freshen up and check your look in the mirror. It's a good place to try out new hats or sunglasses. You've also got access to an armory where you can check out various weapons and learn how to use them in VR training. Also, go ahead and give it a try. It's definitely worth checking out everything your room's got to offer, once you've rested up, of course. Now, can I... Okay, I can. I was like, can I go up and down? Oh, what's this one? Okay, that was the SSS, right? Alright, cool. Cool. I can do with that. Oh! So cool. I wonder what's going to become of... Oh. Hello. Memories from the first Death Stranding. Cool. What is this? Bridge links. The bridge link tab on the SSS menu allows you to view various play statistics and look back on the likes you've given to and received from other porters. Form a strand contract with those you have more dealings with to deepen your bond and increase your connection level. Activity records, playtime, last login, birthday. Okay, that's hidden. Thank you. What's over here? Activity, max level, time balance. Oh wait, there are stats. Orders, total pieces of cargo. Oh, stats! I love stats. Activity records. Cool. Total weight of cargo delivered. Most pieces of cargo delivered at once. Total distance covered. Oh, highest. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Structure records, likes received. Okay. People connected. This will be interesting. Maybe there is a slight like online. Okay, great. Stats. Love it. 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 Okay, let's look over here. So it's still got a table. It's a little bit of a smaller room. Okay, we came in from this. Oh no, that's the toilet and shower. That's like a collectible thing up there. Let's see what else we got here. It's a nice like image. I'm sure you'll be able to like change that and make that. Of course, this isn't our primary place to hang out. Let's use the toilet shower first. Let's see what this one looks like. Somewhat updated. It's not the... This is still the same look. You're showered and cleaned up. Sam's sunburn has healed. Oh, he's got a sunburn, huh? All the sand and everything is off. Okay, what else can we do? In the mirror. Sleep. Oh, nice. Ooh. Could you just leave that like that and actually go to sleep with that in the background? That would be pretty legit. Anomaly? I know this ankle's anywhere.
Lou.
Are you alright? If you're worried about Lou, don't be. I'll admit, the stuff is pretty new to me, but the app has been a big help. Figuring out why a baby's crying, getting the milk just warm enough. It's had the perfect advice for every situation.
Hi.
So, how does it feel to be back in the saddle?
Work's same as it ever was. It's the first time I've been away from Lou.
We're fine. Trust me. Just focus on the road, okay?
Yeah.
Blood volume and stamina at optimal levels. No irregularities detected at this time.
Black camo, a suit designed specifically for making deliveries. Why me hat? Or backwards. Change color. Snow White. Bridges orange. Cool blue. Mars red. Stealth black. Glasses, okay, those are glasses from the first game. No change there. Now fabricate custom attachments and fit them to your backpack. Select Fabricate to see which components are currently available to you and weigh up to your various options. What are we fabricating? Patches? Oh, that's cool. Let's be unique. Kind of like that one right there. Oh, that's cool. That's quite cool. Some cryptobiotes. Don't go back and sit down. I want to stay at the table. Let me stay at the table. What's this right here? Okay, is this an actual drink? Because I'll get hooked on these two. Oh, chiral tea. Probably not. But again, this is Death Stranding. I've said it a couple of times. Was a game that got me to try Monster for the first time. And I've been loving them ever since. I've tried to wean myself off of the full sugar Monsters, so I'm drinking... If I ever do get a Monster, as long as they have them, I'll be drinking a white Monster. I try to get away from Monsters altogether and drink Cirrus or Celsius, and they're okay, but didn't have a good taste to them. And they're both still energy drinks, so moderation in all things. He's taking his time. Before he would be like, and then he'd toss it away. We're drinking all of them. That's cool. Customize your private room. You can customize the screen in your private room, choose from a list of presets, or choose a screenshot captured in photo mode. Cool. Only screenshots taken by pressing in photo mode can be selected. That's pretty legit. I'm gonna just go with that one. Oh, and you can adjust the whole tang. You can adjust the whole tang. That's so cool. You can put the star just like perfectly, but they did that on purpose. That's legit. Do something, because sometimes the last time in Death Stranding 1, if you looked at Norman Reedus' character long enough, he'd do something like, and I think it was something Hideo Kojima asked Norman to do, was just like do random stuff. Norman did some pretty wacky stuff. Maybe it'll happen. Alright, I thought maybe expressions would be the customization. Wash the face. Alright, let's see what else we got around here. There's more rest. Sleep till evening, sleep till morning, change screen image. Oh, we can change both different screens, huh? So cool. It's so cool. At the armory, you are able to see weapons available for fabrication or learn the basic skills of portering by undertaking the Porter Fundamentals program in VR training. Porter Fundamentals program. Covert action. Alright, I'm pretty pretty comfortable with that. Proceed to training grounds. Cancel. All right, we'll come back and play around with that later. Oh wow, nice armory. Very, very nice armory. All right, I think use toilet, shower toilet, change. Done that. We've done that. Use the sink. Go to surface. View test weapons. Sleep till morning. Do I need to sleep? We've done just about everything, right? Just sleep, I guess. I guess everything. I'm sleeping twice. It'd be nice if I could just get out of the bed, walk around. I'll go to surface. There it is. There it is.
Departing facility. New order available. Please review and confirm.
Good morning, Sam. Did you have a good rest? We're already making progress in addressing the corpse disposal situation here. Once again, I've got to thank you for that. If you access the delivery terminal, you'll find that you can fabricate equipment for yourself now too. We have some materials on hand here that you can use to make supplies for your journey. Take as much as you need. Now, we don't have all the same schematics in Mexico that you have access to in the UCA. But as you link up more facilities to increase chiral network bandwidth and improve your connection level with the locals, we should be able to share all kinds of new data with you, expanding your fabrication options further. I heard that you're planning to extend chiral network coverage to the south, down as far as that research facility. So go ahead and pick up the order I posted for you. I'll explain the finer details of the mission while you look at the map provided by ABAS.
ABAS. Alright, facility conversation log.
Playing archived footage from this location.
Okay, that's good. Little archive to go back and listen to it. Facility features. Private room, VR training, corpse disposal, we'll do later. Facilitate, share cargo with other players. Facility storage, fabrication and management. Backpack customization, look, recycle and store. Recycling, storing materials. Oh, store, not like shop. Top up a facility stockpiles by recycling unwanted equipment or storing materials. Try doing this if a facility doesn't have enough of the materials you need. Okay, so I'm familiar with that system. Fabricate equipment. Oh, these are much better images too. Fabricating equipment. Facility materials can be used to fabricate equipment, recycle unwanted equipment, or store materials to increase a facility's stocks. Okay. Durability. Good amount of data there. Repair spray. It'd be cool. It'd be cool if we could get like a 3D image of it. You know. Cool. Alright, I think I'm okay. Let's go ahead and go back. Let's take on some orders. Alright, deliver one or more remote medical units.
Your next destination is Villa Libre. The people there don't have enough medical equipment to meet their needs. If you bring them this delivery, you'll be sure to earn their trust. And once you've done that, you'll have an easier time convincing them to become part of the chiral network. Timefall is coming down hard in this area. Cargo containers that are exposed to timefall will begin to degrade. If you carry container repair spray with you, you can use it to mitigate these effects before it becomes a problem. Keep an eye out for the rivers and bandit camps in the area too. Hazards like these can make your life much harder. On your way to Villa Libre, you might pass a post box we built. We left behind some spare equipment in its shared locker. If you see it, take a look inside. Everything is yours to use as you deem fit. There should be materials in there too, enough to fabricate something if you like. Also, if you have any extra equipment, you can use the box to donate it to other people. With a moment's generosity, you can make another porter's day. Finally, each postbox has a private locker which can be used to store equipment for later use, and a recycle feature that will turn any unneeded items into materials. So what do you think? Have enough information to plan your journey to Villa Libre? Take your time to finalize your route.
Alright, let's move this over here. Actually, we'll move it over here. Move this over there. That will go up there. And we can cycle back and forth between this and chat. Alright. Close the routing simulator and proceed to remaining preparations. Oh, we can set the route while we're here.
Commencing route creation.
Yeah, this is much easier to like set your routes instead of like trying to go here and then over. You can clearly see like what the elevation changes are. So I can go straight through here. Alright, that's good.
Delivery route finalized.
This order calls for some pretty hefty cargo to be sure. But don't forget to take into account all the other extras you'll need to carry to get the job done. Every piece of equipment you take also adds to your overall weight. So think carefully about your loadout. Try to pick critical items that won't weigh you down and wear you out when combined with your cargo. Run out of stamina halfway through a delivery, and you're in for a world of hurt.
Alright, always carry an extra pair of boots. Take 2 of those. 2 of those. 1 of those. A handgun that electrocutes close range. Let's take a miser gun. Yeah, let's do that. And this, just in case. I'm taking a lot of stuff. Okay, let's fabricate. Okay, I think that's a much better system. Much, much better. Alright, so...
Make all necessary preparations for your delivery. When everything is in order, head out.
Heavily loaded, 70, so we're 64%, but doable. So let's look, route simulator. Okay, we should be good. Let's do this.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Gotta remember I don't have the automated legs or the exoskeleton.
Thank you, Sam. Please take measures to withstand. Perhaps you should take a break.
Take a break. Canteen. Buyout. I have a full stamina, don't I? Really? Rain? That happened a lot faster than normal.
Please give it your all. Remember to rest, Sam.
Timefall is back. There's some rain on the screen.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
I like the waypoint marker. I think they did that in Death Stranding 1. You got a sort of a strand that went up into the air.
Sunrise will be occurring shortly.
Maybe. Okay, getting weather updates. So if we go into this, do we also get weather data? Not sure. Orders, strand, okay, we're good, we're good, let's just go. That go.
Warning, flight risk elevated.
I like how they're using a different button. That might help whenever I start using vehicles. Rivers will rise if it rains up. As the river's water level rises, there will be fewer places. That went away too quickly. Don't hesitate to rethink your route.
Definitely not alone.
Don't hesitate to rethink your route. Looks like the timefall has been pretty relentless. You okay, Sam? Heavy rain sometimes causes the rivers over there to rise. Don't force yourself to cross them if they're too deep. Instead, take a look at your map and see if you can find another route. Yes, ma'am. Mash that like button. And not only are we connected to other locations, we can also fabricate new equipment using chiral printers. We're finally connected to the chiral printer network. Hell yeah. Wash out. Villa Libre. We are going to Villa Libre. I like how there's a thumbs up every time. Cargo management. Oh, what's that? Remote medical unit. Get used to grabbing the chiral particles. Chiral crystals, if you were. So how does he see beach things now? That's still the same. Feel right at home. Banda boots? I don't need your banda boots. Whoa. Oh, there's a guy behind me. And in front of me. Went right through me. Oh, hello. Oh, he's not. Okay, guess what? You get to die then. I was gonna be nice and... yeah, okay, maybe not. Let's go up here, go there. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. Can I take an electric rod now? Ceramics! Always have ceramics. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back. All right. We are back. All right, I don't think we need anything out of here right now, but I'm going to take it anyway, if I can fit. Cargo exceeds capacity. Ooh. We'll just leave it there. Fine, we'll just weave it there. Now, do those, all of those guys come from this area? Yeah, I'm not looking for that to flood. Still gonna hit. B is to bash. Or circle is the bash. Alright, where would contain repair space? It's a good weight shift. It feels very similar and at home for the from the first Death Stranding. Maybe even a little more refined. Alright, we're still going in the right direction. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, everything. The walking, everything feels good. Slight adjustment in the button pressing. Oh, look at that area. It does feel like sort of the East Coast of the United States, this area, sort of a tutorial focus. But it'll be interesting to play around with the area when I'm not focused on the primary story.
2 wheels up.
certainly feel the weight. Like that familiar Death Stranding gameplay. I come bearing gifts. I have a plethora of weapons. I have a plethora of lovely boxes of goodness. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in here. Like when he stands up. Can I interact while I'll be on this side? Deliver. Yes. Deliver and give me all of the rewards. I want a truck. I want a flying ship. I want a motorcycle. I want all of the cool things. Give them to me.
Sam, right? Did the timefall give you a lot of trouble? Thanks for making the trip.
I imagine when I get to Australia, like the accents and everything will change accordingly. B.
happened to this on the way here, but I'm honestly just glad that we got it at all.
Okay, that's fair. Oh, well, I did get attacked by the mules.
Think we would ever get this back, but seems I was wrong. I have to say, this was well worth the wait. I had a feeling you wouldn't let me down. Time to connect the Cupid. Once we're part of the chiral network, we'll be able to use these remote medical units you brought. I can get myself checked out as well. We've all been looking forward to this. So go ahead and link us up.
La madre. Nice. Keep it connected. PCC level 1. Yeah, fabricate stuff. What? Bonus data, hologram data. Hologram data. Oh, okay. I thought, what, am I getting a pet?
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Chiral communications have been established. Now I can finally use one of these medical units to assess the condition of the child I'm carrying. I just pray they're strong and healthy. The elderly residents here will also be happy to receive proper medical care. Oh, seems like you should be capable of fabricating PCCs now as well. Probably thanks to the chiral network expansion and the resulting increase in total bandwidth. Of course, every additional structure will eat into that bandwidth, but there should be more than enough to support anything you build. Within reason, that is. There's one other problem we've been dealing with lately, though. It's not a critical issue, so I've posted an aid request with further details. If you're interested, you can check it out via your ring terminal. Some of the cargo we had stored here was washed away during a massive flood.
Surprised Norman Reedus isn't voicing those lines.
So we're in no position to reclaim it ourselves. I know this isn't the sort of thing a porter like you normally does, but if you're willing and able, please check the aid request. All of the relevant details should be available for review on that ring terminal you're wearing. You can use it to confirm the cargo's location. So, if your travels happen to take you out that way, we'd really appreciate the help. I'm not sure. I should have given birth to my child ages ago. But for some reason, the fetus seems to have stopped growing at 7 months. If something's wrong with my body, I can't tell what it is. And not knowing is driving me insane. But with one of our new medical units, I might finally be able to get answers. I want to believe I can still bring this child into the world someday. The only people that still live here other than myself are elderly. The last of the younger residents decided to risk it all and leave for Ciudad Nudo del Norte a while back. Too many bandits in these parts. Like the one I used to be. We took what we wanted and didn't care about anyone but ourselves. But after I got pregnant, I realized I could not keep living like that. Had to clean up my act. Start living for someone else. My friends didn't understand at all. So they ditched me. Left me to wander on my own. Until the people here agreed to take me in. Even though the poor souls are struggling with all kinds of health issues. That's why we put in the order for these remote medical units. A new order has just come through for you. Looks like the residents of the C1 South Distribution Center need you to recover some cargo from a bandit encampment and bring it to them. You can review the specifics of the order when you get around to accepting it. So once you're good to go, access the delivery terminal here to get underway. I'll share additional info with you as soon as you do so.
Right. And nothing new to fabricate. Oh well, PCCs. Let's go ahead and do it. I think 2 would be a good idea. Yeah, there's less of that hold to confirm. Back. Feels a little smooth. It'll take a little bit getting used to because I just came off a DS1 replaying that, so I got used to holding X to confirm or holding triangle to confirm and letting it charge up. So getting away from that, I kind of prefer the way it's doing here. It feels a little snappier. Alright, where do I go here? Alright, let's get rid of all markers. Let's see here. Okay, good. Remove all markers. Alright, I need to get where? Back to Norte?
A new feature has been made available for use.
Aid requests. View all aid requests received so far. So that's orders, right? Cover 4 beloved walking sticks washed away in the floods. Alright. I can't see what it is underneath the marker here. Maybe if I put... Yeah, I'll worry about it later. I can see the marker, that's what matters. I don't think I need all of the stuff I'm carrying. I feel like I should have left some of it behind.
Gotta work on those core muscles. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Coming up. Uh-oh. Like, don't tell me I came up on a cliff. Oh, the water is receded. Okay, that's cool. So water's not always there. That is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Makes it feel very, very different each time. Different, but the same. I like how the pistol has a holster. I don't remember if the first game did that. I didn't use the pistols a lot on this last run, so I forgot them. Almost there. Gotta make you appreciate the walking on foot before they give you any kind of vehicle to make things easier. And that is a good way of it. Make you appreciate those vehicles because you knew what it was like to walk on foot these long distances. Alright, let's reorganize that. Sam, he's our man.
Can anybody hear me?
So that system's still in place. Speed Demon. Very similar to what he said in the first game. Oh, squeeze through slowly.
far, so good.
I can't get under the bridge, can I? Oh, okay, I can. That should have knocked it off, but...
Keep it up, Sam.
Killy Key. Brave Handler. Somebody's rope over there.
This ain't bad.
The sun has begun to set. We're almost there. Is that just his boots are getting covered in dust? Or those were the color of the boots?
Over here.
You're about to deliver cargo for the following orders. Or report them as complete. Are you sure you want to recover for? Yes.
There you are. Checking your order data now.
Checking.
I will never know how you managed to track this down, but I am grateful to have it back. Let me repay the favor with some local data of ours. Maybe you'll find something of interest you can use.
Got the electric rod. Firmware update. Bandwidth increased.
I have
Heck yeah.
allocated more resources for you to use, if you need them. I hope it helps.
Good, the symbols are still the same. So I understand crystals, resins, metals, ceramics, chemicals, special alloys, they all have the same from the previous. That's good. So a couple things that are going through my head right now as I continue to play is this feels very much like Death Stranding. There's the first one, meaning I'm not seeing massive changes. I'm seeing the gradual changes. So I wonder when it's going to feel like, oh, now this is Death Stranding 2. Now, for someone who's never played Death Stranding or played Death Stranding 2, they may confuse which one is which, and they'd have to be told because they look so similar. Even though I can tell what looks better or what looks different because I've played the Death Stranding 1 multiple times. It just still feels very familiar, and I'm not gonna say that it's like too familiar, like where's the progress, because we are very, very early in. but it's that transition that happens, much like when we were in the eastern portion of the new cities of America, the NCA's like opening area of Death Stranding 1, and they slowly, gradually got you up. And the way that we're slowly, gradually doing it, again, even though that we've established links in the United Cities, now we are establishing connection in other parts of the planet. So that's because it's not established, they're not all on the chiral network, then that's the way to kind of make the player feel like, okay, I'm going to gradually get up to the point where I can get vehicles, where I can get zip lines, where I can get all the stuff that you've seen in the trailers, that were teased in the trailers. But again, Hideo Kojima's way of presenting something to the audience about here's what's coming, but he holds back. He holds back. And maybe misdirects. Of course, I mentioned this before, like, let's say that we thought that Sam was going to be in the entirety of this game. What if we suddenly switched over and played as Fragile for a little while? Or maybe we flash forward to whenever Lou is older and we start playing as Lou. Those kinds of things, like for a substantial chunk of the game, like Sons of Liberty was for Metal Gear Solid 2. We thought we were going to be playing as Solid Snake, and we ended up playing as Raiden. Those are the twists I'm looking forward to. But right now it feels this is Death Stranding 1 still. And that's a good thing for me. So we'll see exactly where that shift happens. And like, oh. And I think the Magellan is going to be one of those, that flying ship that's part of Drawbridge. I think once I get on board, again, this is just a this is a re-familiarization for players from Death Stranding 1, or it's an introduction for new players to the Death Stranding IP, the series, the way that the game plays, hopefully allowing them to, I want to go see what was in the first game. But there's stuff in the first game that isn't going to be in this game, so Hideo Kojima also mentioned that he was a little concerned that people are already calling Death Stranding 2 leaps and bounds better than Death Stranding 1, but he was reserved in his acceptance of that praise because, well, Death Stranding 1 was really, really good, and it has such an important use of the gameplay mechanics that it's an entity of itself that's worth going back to and not feeling like it's losing anything or forgot anything just because now the sequel comes after. It's like, oh, I'm praising the new child in the family, so let's ignore the first one. That's not what we should be doing. So it'll be nice to kind of bounce back and forth, and hopefully things that we see in Death Stranding 2 will reaffirm or identify new things that maybe we thought were what they were in Death Stranding 1. Hideo Kojima is definitely capable of that.
The data I've shared with you is the schematic for my custom electric rod. While this design is tailored for use with our fabricators, it's functionally no different from the ones bandits use. The rod extends with a quick shake and can be used to stun enemies over a wide area. It can also be thrown like a javelin, though you won't be able to retrieve the rod after doing so. A thrown rod will release a burst of electricity when it strikes the ground. And no bandit can shrug off a direct hit from this bad boy. Test it out, and you'll see.
Your next main order is now available. Please access the delivery terminal in Via Libre to proceed.
Alright, let's see. We're unable to... Fabrication management or recycle. There we go. Alright, let's recycle and store. Let's see. We've got pretty much what we need, so let's recycle that. PCC ladder. I've got a lot of that. Miser, I got transporter, blah, blah, blah. Transporter boots. Okay, those are looking fine. PCCs. I don't think we need 2 of those. I feel like I have 2 Miser guns. Do I? I do. So I don't need this other one. We have electric rod. We only need one of those. And I think we're actually going to receive one. Yeah, I'm not really ready to use the rods. Okay, so let's recycle those. Alright, and then PCC, we got PCC ladder. I don't need any other ones. Make sure we don't have extra. Okay, climbing anchor. We only need really one climbing anchor. So this one, no, we're not going to recycle. We're going to recycle and store. Climbing anchor. Why does it only allow me to recycle? I want to store. I guess maybe I'm not allowed to store. Customize the claim materials. Go there. Take on orders. Facility storage. Alright, private lockers. Store excess cargo here to retrieve later. Cargo can only be retrieved from the locker in which it was stored. Alright, so let's... Atomizer gun. Okay, so I only need... Not really worried about too much of the container. One climbing is fine. Let's put the metals away for now. Okay. So see, we've got fabrication management, and I can recycle and store, but facility storage also allows you to do whatever you want to. So let's say I have these metals right here, or the climbing anchor even. I can choose it and then decide what I want to do with it. Either recycling it, placing it in private locker, attach to the suit, hang on the tool. I can do a lot more here versus having to go into the recycle only or the private locker only. That's good. Yeah, I think we're good there. All right, let's see what orders we got here. Recover all chiral density gauges stolen by the bandits. Oh, we're going into the woods, huh? Okay. We are at a little over 3 hours in. I think I'm going to end it there. I hope that's okay. I'm going to return early tomorrow morning. It's about midnight here in California. I am loving returning to Death Stranding in Death Stranding 2. Progressing those characters, those stories, those ideas that Hideo Kojima has in his mind, we're now able to see it. And I am only, like, I haven't even opened up the matchbook. I'm just getting to look at the matchbook. Now I get to see how many matches are in there. And then now that I know what matches are in there, there's going to be different colored matches in there. And then I'm going to get to strike each of the matches to see what brilliant color. And then when the matches burn, they're going to have different layers that do special... I don't know, I'm weird, stupid metaphor, but there's so much to look forward to, and we haven't even gotten that far in. So all the anticipation is there, especially the stuff that he's shared in the trailers. Like, we haven't even gotten to any of that yet, especially with Higgs, and then the little doll that talks on there. We haven't gotten to the Magellan. We haven't gotten to Australia. We're only on the tutorial, essentially. We're still in the tutorial stages. So I look forward to doing that a bunch tomorrow. Thanks for everybody that dropped in and said hi. Aldi Jackson, Shale, thank you so much for taking the time to come by and say hi. Hope you all enjoyed. If you're watching this in on demand, in syndication, however you are gathering and consuming your media, thank you so much for taking the time to come by. And I'll see you guys early today, because it's midnight for me. So maybe in the next 6 hours, I'm going to go sleep, and I'm going to wake up, and I'm going to get right back to Death Stranding 2. All right. Thank you so much. Bye.